Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome. A beautiful morning to you. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Niyi Dunmade is my name. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Okay, it's a good morning. I'm taking a cup of tea this morning. And I want to welcome everyone to this first Monday Morning Matters of April 2023. April is the beginning of the second quarter of the year 2023. And of course, we're going to start with a new topic, a seasonally hot one, and it's going to be very interesting. Want to welcome all of you to our Facebook Live and our YouTube channel of this live broadcast, Monday Morning Matters. Welcome from anywhere you are watching me all over the world. I want to welcome you. Thank you for hooking up with us. We are so glad that you are part of this live broadcast. And this first month with a first series of dealing with infrequency attendance. Okay, we're going to look at what infrequent attendance, what it means, and we're going to also look at how to deal with infrequency attendance in your church. Well, I want to tell you straight up that every church usually encounter or they experience infrequency of attendance. You know, if you're a pastor and you don't know that your church has infrequency of attendance, then that shows that you are not on top of your data. You're not on top of what's going on the back door. You're not on top of what is going on with the people who are attending your church. And you see, what affects discipleship directly is a frequency of attendance. And I've seen quite a lot of pastors who go on series, and so because of this series, to build up faith, to build up lines upon line, to make sure that discipleship are strong. And this dealing with infrequency of attendance is what we'll be going to be discussing on Monday Morning Matters, that is sponsored by Magnicraft Consulting. I'm going to come again. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Okay, well, I would want to just tell you a little bit about Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessments, trainings, revitalizations, and strategic blueprints. Our vision is to be the leading church health consultancy that creates sustainable, actionable, and adaptable solutions. So we know that you have issues to deal with. We know you have problems to deal with. We know you have challenges to deal with. As your church is growing, you're going to have challenges, but we're going to help you to deal with some of those things from assessment, empirical assessment perspective, capacity development, and of course, revitalization effort and strategic blueprints. I'm also a well-trained in the U.S., a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S., and of course, Church Consultation University. Fantastic group of people certifying and licensing consultancy all over the world. I'm the host to the weekly Facebook Live broadcast show on Monday Morning Matters. I come 7 a.m. Nigerian time every Mondays. Okay, I'm also your church health guide of the 21st century. I love to hear from you. A big thank you to everyone who has been commenting, who has been liking, sharing our posts, telling us how timely some of our broadcast content is. I want to just thank you. God bless you. Keep watching, keep getting value. I know yesterday a pastor told me, I've been watching you. You know, I know pastors don't interact on social media, but they want people to interact. You know, they interact at a higher level anyway, not on the social muddy sides of the platforms. Okay, so thank you for everyone who is commenting. Thank you for those who are liking. Thank you for those who are sharing. I want to thank you from the depth of my heart. So let's go into the juice of the day, or we should do some little promo, and then we will go to the juice of the day. Okay, dealing with attendance infrequency. Okay, we're going to deal with attendance infrequency or infrequency attendance. Okay, Dr. Tom Rayner is giving a massive discount over 40% to Nigerian students or participants. Oh, you are a pastor, you are a church staff, you love the church, you want to help your church, you want to help other churches, become well trained as a church, as a certified church consultant to help your church and to help other churches revitalize and grow healthy. So reach out to me and let us see how we can help you. This can be a kind of side gig income for you if you are able to put in the work to it when you become well trained and certified as a church consultant. Okay, my book still selling even over the weekend. Please get this book. I've gotten quite some remarkable reviews on my book, Church Retention: Pathway to Growth, that will help you greatly in no time. So please make sure you get my book. Some of these things I'm sharing on this live broadcast are well detailed. I mean, they were explained. The infrequency of attendance is being explained in details. How it's affecting your church, how you can deal with it, how you can come up with a plan to deal with it to make sure that you do not get yourself in the web of decline in your church as it is. Okay, so please get my book on church retention. Is going to help you greatly and help you marvelous as well. So when your church is in decline, most of the time people first look at you. I mean, you need to first of all look at what is happening at the back door. Okay, at the back door, because what happens at the back door is what affects decline in your church. So check who are the people that are leaving the church, who are the people who are exiting the church, why are they leaving? There are some people leaving the church, they have legitimate reason for leaving in church in terms of you might send forth some pastors. Okay, you might people got married to other people who go to their husband's church. So there are legitimate reasons, or people move from one city to another and they cannot move on a daily basis to your physical or on-site service. And so you have to understand that there's a part of those who use your back door that they have legitimate reasons, and there are some that don't, and you need to know them and be able to deal with them from that side. Don't settle for just visitors volume coming into your front door. You see, there is that tendency. I've seen that so common that pastors put more focus on the front door. So as long as visitors are coming to the church, there is no attention to the back door. But you see, if you are going to actually do something well with what's going on in your church, your attention, you have to put much more attention on your back door than your front door. Okay, don't just put your attention because people are visiting your church. You think your church is growing. People can visit your church and your church might not grow. We need people to visit your church because that's the raw material you need to grow the church. But you see, the fact that they are visiting your church does not automatically translate that your church is going to go. And so one of the things that will help you to close the back door, fine-tune your processes, is to be on top of the game with the infrequency of attendance. So how do you deal with it? What is infrequency of attendance? You have a typical member coming to your church, and how frequent on a consistent basis is the person engaging your service, your worship service, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. Okay, I mean, how much of the frequency of these members that has identified to have joined your church are actually attending your service? So people who attend church infrequently do so for several reasons, and you need to know why. Okay, you need to know why some of these things are going on in your church. Let me just do something, explain something quickly to us. Okay, so look at this attendance frequency illustration. Normally, what we are saying is if you have all your attendings, you have 1,000 people attending your church, and all of them come for 4 times in a week for 1 month, 4 times in all the 4 weeks in a 1 month, it means that your average attendance will be 1,000. But we are saying here, looking at this box, okay? Looking at this box, you can see that if you have 40% of the 1,000, I'm using a 1,000 as case scenario. If you're using 40% of the 1,000 who come 4 times in a week, that's assuming a month has 4 weeks, 4 Sundays in a month. And then you have another 40% come 3 times in a month. Then another 10% come 2 Sundays in a month. Another 10% come 1 Sunday in a month. What it means that your 1,000 attendance, that average attendance will become 775, which has dropped to 78%, which is a reduction of 22%. So you can see the infrequency of attendance has actually dropped because of this varying infrequency of attendance that is going to your church, that is coming to your church. Okay, so one of the things I will say quickly with the second one has to do with, you can see this, right? 10% come 4 Sundays in a month. I know you don't like data, but one of the things that gives us mental health issues is because the data are not friendly. And so we need to understand how to interpret some of the data. So if 10% of your 1,000 membership come 4 times, you can see it has dropped from 40 to 10. And then the 40 who came 3 Sundays in a month has dropped to 15%. 15% of comes 3 Sundays in a month. And then you have 35% who come 2 Sundays in a month. And 40% come just 1 Sunday in a month. Now, the average attendance for that month is now 488, which is below 50%. That's exactly 49%. So you can see that because there is more percentage to the infrequency of attendance in 2 and 1 Sundays in a month, you can see that has given a lot of reduction in your average attendance. Now it can get so bad that if 10% of your attendance did not show up in 1 month, and then you have 50% come 3 Sundays in a month, and then 35% come 2 Sundays in a month, and then 40% come 1 Sunday in a month, you can see it has gone way too low to 388. 388 is 39% in a month. Now I'm going to explain some of these things in subsequent Monday morning matters. But the thing is this: you need to understand the infrequency of attendance. You need to understand that there are reasons why people do not show up in a entire month. People don't show up in certain number of the weeks, because you need to know what is going on with your sheep. It's your responsibility as a pastor to know the state of your sheep. In fact, knowing the state of your flock will help you to understand if they're actually plugged in or they're not plugged in, if you're actually coming frequently or not. One of the texts I use in my book in Luke chapter 15, you can imagine one sheep just straying out into the wilderness. If the shepherd was not counting the sheep regularly, he will not know when 1 out of the 100 sheep are strayed into the wilderness. So you see, even from that, you can see that there's a frequency that, okay, we have 100 over 100, we have 100 over 100, we have 100 over 100. That's the number of sheep as they are flocking from one point to another. But you see, if you're not getting the data consistently, you will not know when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30 are strayed out into the wilderness. And what happens is, when these sheep go to the wilderness, something is going to devour them, and that's not what God desires for our members, for our faithfuls, for our disciples. So what are the reasons why people don't come frequently? One is that they don't know the value of attending church service. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25. He said, do not neglect the assemblies of brethren together, but encourage one another as you see the day approaching. You see, as the day is approaching, it's going to get much more evil. People are going to begin to change their values. And so from the leadership point of view, you must begin to tell your members the value of attending church service. I mean, some of these things you can also explain to them that you're not coming regularly is affecting the average attendance. You're not coming regularly. These are the things you are missing. For your frequency of attendance to be 2 Sundays in a month, this is the value you are missing. For your frequency of attendance to be 0 Sundays in a month, this is what you are missing. So the leadership of the church must know, must be able to synthesize and educate and mobilize and encourage their members to understand the value of attending church service. 2, they don't understand why worship service are important to one's spiritual life. Okay? Bible says iron sharpened iron. But you see, iron will not sharpen iron when they don't come together. Iron left on its own is going to rot. It's going to be blunt and it will be going to be useless. So let's understand that the reason for worshiping together is that we need to sharpen one another. We need to warm one another, because one of the things that physical worship service brings, which online does not bring, is warmth and is also connection. Okay, you can't get that physical connection on a digital space. So 3, they don't understand their role as members of the body. You see, my body, all of them are coming together. The moment one part of the body is disconnected from the body, there's life will not flow. So they need to understand that there's a role: the arm, the ear, the liver, the heart, the legs, the toes, the eyes, the ears, the hair, the mouth, the teeth, the tongue. Everybody is having a part to play in the body, in the church. And so they need to understand that your role is important. Your role is needed. If they understand their role, they're going to make sure they are there frequently more. 4 is they are also spiritually lukewarm. You see, when a member of the church backslide, one of the things that happens, or they are lukewarm, one of the things that happen is that they begin to reduce their frequency of attendance. When somebody is spiritually lukewarm, or somebody is not in tune with God again, what happens is they begin to reduce their frequency of attendance. And I'm going to share a lot of things subsequently, how you are going to be able to know those who are coming for or frequently, that's 100% frequently, those who are coming 75%, that's 3 Sundays in a month, those who are coming 2 Sundays in a month, 50%, those who are coming 1 Sunday, but so that you have like 4 different processes to be able to deal with anyone who are in all these 4 buckets. You know, the 4 buckets I'm talking about is those who are coming 4/4, those who are coming 3/4, those who are coming 2/4, those who are coming 1/4, and those who are not coming, who is 0/4. So you're going to have 5 straight processes on how to deal with them. And the idea is, those who are 0, how can you make them 1? Those who are 1, how can you make them 2 Sundays in a month? Those who are 2, how can you make them 3? Those who are 3, how can you make them 4? Those who are 4, how can you make them also make sure that they keep on coming 4 Sundays in a month consistently for a long time? In the last episode of this thing, I'm going to talk on a statistics that is very, very, very vital to your long-term existence as a church, which is membership lifetime duration, okay, which we're going to look at. And that's one of the things. Once there's a disconnection with a member from the church, what happens is that it brings lukewarmness, it brings spiritual disconnection, and then there's a backslide at the long. I'm going to just stop with the 5th one, and then we're going to continue next week, Monday, with some of these things. Okay, there's the church leaders also doesn't demand attendance commitment. You see, I want to balance this, because there must be expectation on both sides. What is the expectation the church has to the member? What is also the expectation the member has to the church? So the thing is, the church leadership don't demand attendance commitment. I mean, I can remember in my church, we used clocking device and we celebrated those who came 75% upward. And you see, because we value, we give reward to what is important to us, we start seeing some of those things repeated. So church leaders must find ways to demand attendance commitment, right from leadership, from workers, from members, with clear-cut expectations met. You see, from those clocking device, we could see that those who were coming early to church, let's say 7 a.m. and started coming 10 a.m., because you see, people don't just hit the back door. There is a process to it. They go towards the kitchen because the back door is always in the kitchen. And sometimes when you go to the kitchen, you want to go eat some food and then exit the back door. But you see, what happened is that when someone is in the process of getting to the back door, that is the right time to address those issues, not when the person has already hit the back door. You see, when the person has hit the back door, it's like there's going to be more work to be done. You see, the fifth one is very important, and I'm going to start with this next week, Monday. Church leadership must find a way of making sure they hold their members accountable. Let them know that you are coming 2 of all the 5 Sundays in a month. Church leadership must demand attendance commitment from their members and make sure that these expectations are clear. It's a mutual expectation, understanding that people get it, that their leaders will always demand attendance commitment from them. Let me wrap up from here so that we can do something. Please feel free to share this broadcast. We are on all the social media handles. Please go on our Facebook, go on our Twitter, go on our Instagram, go on our YouTube. Please do engage us in all those social media handles. Please do me a favor. If this video has been helpful to you, please do share us to your community. Do share us to your pastor. Let us see how the artificial intelligence of this social media handle will begin to favor us. Thank you for those who are subscribing. Thank you for those who are liking. Thank you for those who are commenting. I know some of these things I shared today have been a bit technical. You can watch them over and over and over again. Watch them with your church leadership, and let's see how we can address some of these issues. Because if you don't address it, the thing begins to affect your church negatively. So you want us to come do some trainings for your church. The numbers on the screen. I did a training over the weekend and it was fantastic. I love to do that. Please call us. Let us see how we can come do some training for you. Let's come and do some excellent church consulting that will lead you to health, vitality, and result. And so we also help in strategic planning and also move your church from where it is to where it should be with our consultancy activities. So please, I've said something that you need clarification. Let's have your question. You've learned from me. I also want to learn from you. Please, can you drop a comment in the comment section, and let's see how we can engage further on some of these things to move your church forward. Please, any question relating to church, relating to what I've discussed, that will help us to move, get your understanding, because understanding is very important to deliver the kind of outcome that God wants for your church. I want to sign out from here. I've taken enough time already. Thank you so much, and God bless you. See you next week, Monday.